Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another upload of NASCAR 06 Total Team Control. It is a Do It For Dale Series race this time, and it is Busch Series racing at the UPS Speedway. Last upload you saw the Truck Series at the UPS Speedway, but now it's time for the Busch Series side of things. 350 laps around this half-mile short track. You're going to get to see the highlights in today's video. Like and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. Dale Jr. started on the pole. We'll see if he can get his 6th win of the season, which would match Clint Boyer for the most wins this year as he tries to catch him for the championship. Under the lights at the UPS Speedway, the green flag is in the air, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. will lead the field to the green for the start of today's action. And already in the wall up the first turn, that did not go according to plan. And Martin Truex Jr., his teammate's going to have the lead for Chance 2 Motorsports off the exit of turn number 2 and lead the opening lap of the race despite qualifying third. Oh, that was just a terrible set of corners for Earnhardt, trying to fight his way to the bottom as he's still 3 wide. I saw Bobby Labonte get in the wall moments ago. No longer 3 wide on the outside as Earnhardt. Now he's side by side as he's gotten down one lane, trying to get down another to potentially get to the lead. He is struggling in traffic right now. That was a huge, huge loss for Earnhardt. He's got quite a bit of damage on the left rear corner panel of his car, and he's got more damage. Finally going to get down to the bottom of the racetrack after all the contact that has ensued on this 81 car in the first 4 laps. Almost half the field got around him. And Truex has lost a lot of time after leading the opening lap. He has gotten stuck on the outside as well. Junior going to go 3 wide into turn 3. Looked for it, but couldn't quite get there underneath his teammate. Truex actually picks up 2 spots for turns 3 and 4 on his own that time. 131 car. Not going to allow Dale Jr. to get around him that time as Earnhardt gets underneath another car. Jamie McMurray in the 64 down the outside. The 120 car, who is a rival, John Hamilton. Quite a bit of damage on the 120. 3 wide. Off the exit of turn 4. No contact despite the 2 rivals running next to each other. Good thing because they were 3 wide. Still 3 wide. J.J. Yaley lifts to put those 2 cars in line behind him, and now Yaley in that 18 car was stuck up high, losing a bunch of spots. Truex starting to get back through the field, as well as Dale Jr., both falling outside the top 10, despite both qualifying in the top 3. This just goes to show you do not want to get stuck on the outside at this track if these first couple laps have shown us anything. And Truex got stuck back on the outside again as he got crossed over by 1 car he had passed originally for 6th. Now he'll lose 6th place his own to Dale Jr. Another car underneath the Truex as well. Truex blew an engine in the last race, fell from 2nd to 7th in the point standings at New Hampshire when Dale Jr. went on to win, leading 178 of the 200 laps in that race. Earnhardt back inside the top 5. Trying to muscle his way through the field. Past the 56 car as well through turns 1 and 2. Clean pass on him. I think he's got a fast race car. He just overdrove that first corner trying to get to the lead and clear everybody off turn 2. Should have been more patient off the start. It definitely bit him. Still hasn't led. Obviously wants to lead as many laps as possible. Clint Boyer blew an engine in the last race, but still has a 315-point lead over 2nd, with Truex, who was 2nd in points, blowing an engine as well. Which is just insane that Boyer had literally his worst race of the year and still has over 2 races worth of points ahead of the next closest driver. Junior's been good on the short tracks as well. Big bump and run. About as aggressive of a move as they come that time. Tried to quickly move that car out of the way so he can get to 2nd. And now he's in the wall. And gets ran into from behind as well. That was similar to lap 1. Boyer a little wide through turns 3 and 4 that time. Dale Jr. with a run all over the back of the 2 car heading towards turn 1 this time. Looks low. Runs the 2 car up wide. And Dale Jr. will take the lead into turn number 3. 5 bonus points for Earnhardt. He'll lead his first lap of the day at lap 35. Oh, Jr. nearly gets himself turned off turn 4. Got hung up on the back bumper of a car, and his car nearly went around. Just got hung up on him, couldn't get off of him. Did a great job keeping it off the inside wall. Junior's just hit halfway out of gas as he was coming to get to lap 86. So it is likely going to be about 175 laps, which means it could be a one-stop race today, which could potentially lead to a fuel mileage race. I did not think they would be able to go that far on fuel in this race at this track, but it seems like it could be the case. I'm trying to remember, I was thinking this may have been a 50% race earlier this season. And if it was, it's probably why I don't remember going that far on fuel the first time around. A lot of lap cars up ahead of Earnhardt once again. Curious if a caution comes out, should Dale Jr. pit even if he's not close to the window. And we've got some cars pitting this time by, it looks. Martin Truex Jr. is on his way in from third. He's going to be the first car to pit road. He'll bring some of the other lead lap cars as well as lap cars with him. Jr.'s definitely going to have to watch it down the back stretch right now, where we had a wreck in the middle of green flag stops in the Truck Series race. So the cars pitting now are going to try to make it a two-stop race. Not even going to try to risk it on one. But they're hoping that it stays green, or they're going to go a lap or two down. This could hurt Truex. He's actually behind Junior in points now after that DNF at New Hampshire, and Junior going on to lead the most laps and win. Truex was at least able to get 5 bonus points before it happened. I think I saw Clint Boyer on pit road as well. Junior's got a 1-lap lead on the field, so Boyer's already pit. Hornet got a timely caution in the truck race. We'll see what will happen in this Busch Series race if Junior can get a timely yellow. He's going to be giving up a lot of time, though, staying out as long as he can right now, and Boyer will likely get back to the lead if we don't get a caution in the middle of green flag stops. Junior can't get around this car in front of him. I don't know if the car in front of him pit or not. He'll clear him. That held pretty tight through turns 1 and 2, but Junior makes a clean pass. Right now, Junior's committed to staying out as long as he can. Trying to make it on one stop. 3 wide, just up ahead of him going into turn 3. If we get a caution, he's definitely going to pit. May still pit before that, only because he may lose quite a bit of time on obviously 140 lap old tires as of right now. So we've got some lap cars hitting the pits for their first time. 3 wide into turn 3 goes Earnhardt. Making some more passes. Cars still haven't hit pit road or pitting. So those lap cars trying to stay out as long as they can to be with a lot of other cars that are 1 lap down. But they'll end up going back to about 2 laps down like they probably were of those that are still out on the track. Yep, and that is the case because now Dale Jr.'s got a 2-lap lead on the field. I think Junior's going to end up just pitting and making it a 2-stop race just like everybody else. Only because he has such a big lead right now. He's got 1/8 of a tank of gas left, and he's still going to have to go about another 28 laps. I just don't see that happening. So Junior will stay out 1 more lap. Not going to pit this time, but he'll pit the following time by. think he is the last car that still has to make his first stop of the day. So it will be a 2-stop race today. Junior has to make sure he does not speed. Can't spin out either. 4 tires of fuel for Dale Earnhardt Jr. No adjustments on the 81 car. First stop of the race, as we are still caution-free nearing the halfway mark. I think I just saw Boyer go by. I think he just got back into the lead. No, never mind. Some cars got their laps back, like Tony Raines and maybe a couple others. 150 laps complete, still caution-free, and Dale Jr.'s 3.5-second lead's down, about 1.2 seconds over Boyer, with Boyer pitting about a dozen laps before Earnhardt. So Dale Jr. still out in front, but not as big of a lead now. And everybody cycled through the first set of pit stops out of 2 today. Obviously, Jr. had the setup from earlier this year, so he didn't practice for this race, just simply qualified. So it's a good thing he was able to get the pit road speed. I don't think they had a green flag pit stop in the race earlier this season. Little contact got hung up on the 117. I bet it's a 123 car, not the 117. And now Boyer gets to the inside of Dale Jr. off the exit of turn 4. I think Jr. led that lap by inches at the line, but Clint Boyer has the positioning down on the bottom, and Earnhardt stuck up high. Clint Boyer is back in the lead at the UPS Speedway. Oh, well, Boyer got around Jr. cleanly, and now Jr. trying to get around Boyer cleanly. Jr. led that lap at the line. Boyer crowds him just a bit. Contact off turn 2. Both cars getting a little bit loose. Still side by side into turn 1. Boyer led that lap. Another lead change between the top 2. But Jr. will be clear off turn 2. It'll be another lead change this time by with Earnhardt back out in front. Battle for the lead in the middle stages. Today's race at the UPS Speedway. Boyer going up the track. Overdrives turn 3. Lost ground to Dale Earnhardt. Jamie McMurray not cutting Dale Jr. any slack there. He doesn't want to go a second lap down right now. Jr. had a run on him, but McMurray did throw a clean block. Also passed the 152 car in the next corner, looking to pass another car in the 138. The next corner after that. As the 2 and the 81 battle each other, it's going to allow Martin Truex Jr. to potentially close the gap over the course of the run. Look at Boyer. He's down low, trying to get around Earnhardt cleanly again. Side by side into turn 3, and it'll be Clint Boyer who will take the lead. Boyer goes up the hill a little bit. Now he's going down to try and block Earnhardt into turn 1. And he'll hold on. Jr. overdrove it, trying to get back to the 2. And here's Truex. He is in third still, and obviously has closed the gap. He was the first car to hit pit road. He pitted even before the 2, so he probably gained time on Boyer and Earnhardt. And obviously with the 2 and the 81 battling now in the second half of the race, it's about to turn into a 3-car battle for the lead. 3 Chevrolets, an RCR Chevrolet versus 2 DEI Chevrolets. I should say Chance 2 Motorsports will be the team in the Busch Series at this time. Big run right now for Earnhardt. Takes the dive into turn 3 underneath Clint Boyer. Maybe a little too deep. Off the exit of the corner. Contact with Boyer. Oh! Around goes the 81. He clipped the 2 car. Into the wall they go. And the 81 lost control. Underneath of Boyer. He couldn't hold it. Just got tangled together there. And that's going to bring out our first caution of the day. Our first caution of 2 races, and Earnhardt cannot pit for fuel or tires because of being involved in the accident. as everybody that stayed out was a lap down. Green flag back in the air at lap 209, but Earnhardt's got older tires compared to the rest of the lead lap cars behind him, and he already goes wide in turns 1 and 2, and he's going to lose the lead. Gets squeezed into the wall by Bowyer. Oh, Bowyer takes a swing at Earnhardt. 3 wide out in front of these guys. Bowyer a little upset right now. Shane Meal into the wall. Boyer's in the middle all of a sudden. Oh, and they're 4 wide nearly. Bowyer got clipped by the lap car. Now he takes a swing at Earnhardt again. Oh, and another hit. He's trying to turn the 81 after they made contact off turn 4 accidentally earlier. Oh, Junior chopped down on Labonte. Got cars on pit road right now as well. The 2 got back around the 81 on the outside. Didn't even realize that. Even if the 81 tries to pass him clean. Bowyer overshoots the corner. Dale Jr. down to the bottom. Bowyer hits him off the exit of turn 4. That hurt Bowyer, though, because he got stuck on the outside. It's the 4th time he's taken a swing at Dale Jr. since the restart, but Jr. has driven his way back to 3rd, as that was a pass for position on the 2. Trying to run away from him now as he gets underneath the 133 car in the backstretch, heading towards turn number 3. And that's a clean pass for 2nd. Nope, not yet. He's still in 4th. He is right behind him, though. Battle for the lead between the Chance 2 Motorsports Chevrolets, Martin Truex Jr. and Dale Earnhardt Jr. Dale to the inside of Martin into turn 3. And despite being on a little bit older tires, Dale Jr. will be clear off turn 4, and he's back out in front again at the UPS Speedway. But he is going to need a caution at some point before the end of this race, if he is going to want a shot to win. Good corner for Earnhardt, but he's still stuck behind the lap car in front of him that he can't get underneath into turn 3. He's just hoping and praying that Clint Bowyer does not get to him. He's starting to slowly pull away from Truex. He's got a scrum of lap cars up ahead that nearly went 3 wide off the exit of turn 2. If he's going to get a caution, it's probably going to come from them, and he better be able to miss it. He's got just over a 2-second lead. But Dale Jr. is going to pit this time, and he will sacrifice the lead, at least for now. Onto pit road he goes, and it will be a fuel-only stop for Dale Earnhardt Jr. He's going to put just enough in it to make it to the finish. Half a tank just to be safe. And no adjustments. He is asking of over 200 laps on his tires right now, which also counts the fact that he spun on these tires. He's going to go a lap down regardless, just because of how short this track is. I think I just saw Bowyer go by. He's not going to go 2 down, though. He will be 1 down. And what position will he be in? He's got enough fuel to make it to the finish. And he's in 7th place, despite being 1 lap down. So he works his way back up onto the racetrack. Went a bit wide into J.J. Yaley, who did not blow an engine. So I don't know who that white car was that blew an engine earlier, other than Michael Jordan Jr. I know for a fact he did. And Eric Crocker also is 4th position. Jr. is actually in 8th place. So there are very few cars on the lead lap that would have to pit. Does Clint Bowyer have enough fuel to make it to the finish? Junior on older tires trying to pass some of these cars that may have already pit too. That's going to be difficult for him. That could be an easy road to get around some of these cars that are also a lap down. Trying to get around Aaron Crocker right now. Shane Beal might be first spot as well. Clears Crocker for 7th off of turn 2. Right behind the 32 of Meal. Off the exit of turn 4. He'll get underneath him. We got a car blowing up, trying to get down to the bottom of the track. Just able to do so is the 103. Junior in the wall. Off turn 2. That could have caused the yellow. He was desperately trying to get to the bottom. He's around a lot of traffic too. And he does make it into the pits. No caution there. 10 to go. 3 wide off the exit of turn 4. Nearly making contact. A bunch of lap cars right now. Again, Junior could have any one of these guys per position. 3 wide again. A little contact up high. The exit of turn 4. 5 laps to go for Clint Boyer. Trying to make it on field to the finish. 4 to go. Caution comes out now. The race could be over. Junior could get an extra lap if he gets his lap back on the 2. Oh, got really loose into turn 3. Trying to drive it hard to get this lap back. Potentially get around the 83 for position who's blocking him. 3 laps to go. Remember, Boyer and Earnhardt got together quite a few times today. Bit of a rivalry sparking all of a sudden after this race. That was a pass not for position that time by the 83. Junior right in line behind Clint Boyer. 2 laps to go. Less than a mile to go now for Clint Boyer and trying to make it to the end. Dale Jr. trying to get his lap back as he'll be coming to the white flag this time by. Final lap. Dale Jr. going up the track. He's squeezing Clint Boyer into the wall. He has squeezed him into the wall. He's trying to cost Boyer a shot at the win. Nearly hooks him. Off the exit of turn 4. Has anybody caught him? No, nobody has. Clint Boyer's still going to win. Dale Jr. Little dirty there on Boyer, trying to cost him the win, and Tony Raines almost caught him. He was trying to spin him out, but he couldn't hook him. Boyer knew what he was trying to do and avoided it. And Clint Boyer will win his 7th race of the season in 2005. Man, oh man. Junior tried to get back at him from earlier and did not work. Junior didn't lose a spot in it, and Clint Boyer obviously didn't either, so no love lost there, but at the same time, it didn't cost anybody. Boyer had a massive lead over Tony Raines. He almost lost it. Junior knew he had a ways back to Eric Crocker behind him. And actually, J.J. Ailey would have been ahead of Crocker. Must have caught and passed her at some point there towards the end. Could have gotten his lap back, but I don't think he was nowhere close to Shane Meal for 6th, so I don't think he could have gained another spot if he could have just tried to pass Boyer cleanly. And Boyer might have taken a swing at him yet, too. You never know. Definitely going to be a rivalry going into the next race, wherever they go next. I think Watkins Glen might be the next track. But checkered flag flies there, needless to say. And, oh boy. 1 hour, 34 minutes total time on today's race. 0.7 of a second margin of victory. 118.24 miles an hour is the average race speed. 16 lead changes, 1 caution for 3 caution laps. Came out with just over 200 laps to go, or over 200 laps into the race. Again, Clint Boyer wins, leading 76 laps. Points leader is going to grow that points lead out even more. Tony Raines finishes 2nd. Trigger ends up 3rd. Martin Truex Jr. ends up finishing in 4th. He led 15 laps. Irvin rounds out the top 5. Shane Meal finishes 6th, last car on the lead lap. Dale Jr. led 257 of the 300 laps today, but despite qualifying on the pole, leading all those laps, finishes in 7th. First car 1 lap down. J.J. Ailey finishes 8th. Aaron Crocker 9th. And John Hamilton rounds out the top 10 today. At who all DNF, Michael Jordan Jr., Kenny Wallace. We saw Bobby Labonte blow an engine. Rogers blew an engine late as well. So 4 drivers DNF from today's race. Oh, geez. Well, never mind. Next race is not Watkins Glen. It is Old Spice Speedway, another road course. 200 laps on a road course in the Busch Series. Oh my goodness. The Ice Shanty 300, that's going to be a long rivalry race with Clint Boyer. I can see it already. Unless he blows an engine early, which isn't impossible. So I believe it's Old Spice Speedway, then Michigan, then Watkins. No, Michigan's after that. I don't know what track we go to before Watkins Glen. Well, he's 408 back. He was 379 back going in. So again, he lost points in today's race. So he's 408 out of the lead with 14 races to go. Boyer went in 315 ahead of 2nd. Now he's 350 ahead of 2nd. Shane Meal 2nd place in points after finishing 6th today. J.J. Ailey at the top 10 ended up moving up to 3rd. Like and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. I will see you guys in the next live stream. IRP, well, it's not IRP, I guess. Oh, that would be the, okay, so it would be Old Spice Speedway, then IRP. I got you. So Old Spice, IRP, then Watkins Glen. So we got road course, short track, road course, fast 2-mile oval at Michigan, back to a short track in Bristol, I'll see you guys. Like and subscribe again for more daily NASCAR content. I'll see you next time.